Hello, I'm Simon James Green, and I would like to start this video today by apologising for the absolute state of my hair. But that aside, I am delighted to be here today for your entertainment pleasure, reading a short extract from my story Penguins, which features in the Proud book anthology. I'm sure many of you know that Proud is a collection of LGBTQ plus short stories, poetry and artwork compiled by Juno Dawson, published by Stripes, featuring lots of names you'll know well from the YA scene, but also lots of brand new voices as well, which is fantastic. So there really is, I think, something for pretty much everybody within Proud. But I'm going to read you the opening of my short story, Penguins. Now, Penguins is about a boy called Kameron who has his big planned coming out moment completely ruined by news that two penguins at the local zoo have started a gay relationship, and there's quite a lot of uproar in the town about these penguins, and it starts to make Kameron question whether he wants to come out at all as a result. So this is a little section from the very beginning. Parents, my name is Zorg, commander of the realm of Zyatron, and I bring news of your son's sexuality. I stare at my pathetic reflection in the mirror and remove the colander from my head and Mum's shimmery pashmina from around my shoulders. This is what it's become. This is what it's become because I cannot think of the goddamn words. And the more I practice, the more every single option sounds wrong. Mum, Dad, I think I might be gay. What's with the think? There is no think, you are. Hey, just to let you know, I don't fancy girls, but I do fancy, pause for dramatic effect, sheep. Ha! Joking. It's boys. I fancy boys. See, is this really the time for jokes? And I'm pretty sure this one wouldn't sit well with Mum's RSPCA donations. You know how I've got posters of Hamilton, Wicked and Dear Evan Hansen up in my room? Well, it's a sign. A stereotypical one, but a sign nonetheless. I hear their car pull up in the drive and strike a pose, pointing at my reflection in the mirror. You've got this, gay chops. Gay chops? Anyway, I so haven't got this. I mean, I've no idea if my chops are gay or not, but the rest of me is, so I guess they are too. I clatter down the stairs as my parents struggle through the front door with armfuls of plants from their visit to the garden centre. They both took a week off work at the same time, specifically so they could sort the garden and simultaneously ruin some of my hard-earned break after finishing GCSEs by constantly asking when I'm going to get out of bed and why I need to spend so long in the shower. What do you think? Mum says, holding up a stone statue of a curly-haired boy with fat cheeks holding his dick. It's a peeing cherub. I nod, slowly. We needed a centrepiece for the water feature, she explains. Cute little fella, isn't he? Dad grins. Reminds me of you. My eyes widen. I do have curly hair, but I'm not half a metre tall, and I don't permanently have my dick in my hand, but it gives me an idea. Speaking of cute fellas, I begin. Cam, there's a tray of begonias in the boot. Grab one, will you? Dad says. Huh, sure, I say, heading out as Mum and Dad take their bits through to the back. My heart sinks as I see our Ford Mondeo is jam-packed with what must be most of the garden centre. We're going to be here all day, and it's so hot my shorts are already sticking to my legs. The only way this will be made better is if one of the items somehow leads to a conversation about me being gay, but I can't see how. Mum, here's the weed killer, and also I'm gay. It just doesn't work. I grab what's possibly the tray of begonias and walk back through to the kitchen. You could have brought something else in with you, Mum complains. Well, Dad just said the begonias. Well, they're not even begonias, they're geraniums. I put them down on the worktop. Mum, the thing is, she puts her hand up. There is no thing about it, Kameron. Use your initiative. You're a big, strong lad. You can carry more than one tray of bedding plants. I blow my cheeks out. Big and strong are not words I'd use to describe myself. OK, Mum. Can we talk? There. I've said it. I've asked if we can talk. Now she'll know I've got something big to say. Fancy helping me plant out the sweet peas, Dad says, appearing at the back door. Apparently he wants to talk, Mum tells him. Ooh, Dad grins. Do we need to sit down, Cam? I sigh. If you want to. They both sit down at the table. OK, I say. My mouth is suddenly really dry, but I tell myself to chill out. It's no big deal. It's just me and who I like, and I'm 99% certain they'll both be cool with this. I mean, they were fine when my sister told them she was vegan, and that's a much bigger thing, especially when your dad is manager of a turkey nuggets factory. So, you know how I've got posters of Hamilton, Wicked, and Dear Evan Hansen up in my bedroom? Well, it's a sign. Hola, Kameron! It's Louis. Eyes beaming, arms outstretched, having walked in through the open front door. His dad's Brazilian, so he likes to drop a bit of Portuguese into conversation, although he basically only knows 2 words. He also sometimes calls me Kameron in the style of a howling wolf. I don't know why. He's also an hour early. Him and my other mate Molly were meant to be coming round just before 2, so we could all go over to the Year 11 Leavers Prom committee meeting together. He gives me a big hug. All right, Louis says, seeing my parents as he rocks me from side to side, wafts of Lynx Africa billowing up from under his t-shirt. Behind him, Molly stumbles through from the hall, a mound of soil in her cupped hands. Well, there was a pot on the floor by the door and I knocked it over, she explains. I let her tip the soil into my hands because I've been thrown off guard now. I was all geared up for my big announcement, and now my best mates are here and I wasn't planning on having an audience. You're never going to guess what, Louis says. What? I mutter. Everyone guess, he insists. I'm half tempted to say I'm gay and get it over and done with that way, but I'm standing there holding a mound of soil, and if I say that, everyone will probably want to hug me, and that's just going to result in a lot of mud going everywhere. It doesn't matter anyway, because Louis is too excited to be looking for an answer. The penguins at the zoo, he says. I roll my eyes. The zoo is basically the sole attraction in our shitty town, and even that's crap. Last year, they made a big deal about the new penguin enclosure, making it sound like the most amazing thing, but it's actually just a big pond, a pretend igloo, and a replica polar bear, even though polar bears and penguins live literally poles apart, and neither of them live in igloos. Are gay, he squeals. I stare at him. What? They're gay, Cam. 2 of the penguins have started a gay relationship. I turn to Molly, open-mouthed. It's mad down there, she says. Loads of people have turned up, even a TV crew. Oh, that's so sweet, Mum says. What are their names? What does that matter, I say. Kippy and Jingles, Louis tells my mum. Oh, she says again. Dad nods sagely. Yeah, you hear of this quite a bit these days. Penguins at zoos starting gay relationships. Do you? I say, because this is literally news to me. We got to get down there, Cam. Louis looks like he's going to explode if we don't. There's a full-on media storm. We might get interviewed. I chew my lip a bit. Cool. Go on, Cameron, Mum says. Go and enjoy yourself. I manage a weak smile. I'm not sure how looking at some gay penguins constitutes enjoying yourself. But hey-ho. But what were you going to tell us, she continues, about the West End musical theatre posters? It's a sign, you said. I nod at her. No way am I going to tell them now. Not now the frigging penguins got in there first. This was my thing. Now it's theirs. And it'd be weird. Penguins are gay, I'm gay. It's too much gay. Uh-huh. It's a sign. A sign that I may want to consider a post-18 musical theatre course. I don't know, maybe. Dad frowns. You were talking about law yesterday. Yeah. I tipped the soil into his hands instead. It was just a thought. I guess I'm at that age. I hurry out through the front door with Louis and Molly in tow, furious that my chance has been ruined. Wanker penguins. So there we go. That's the opening of Penguins for you. And I just want to show you as well, Penguins has been illustrated by the wonderful ALICE OSEMAN, and you can see there the beautiful illustration that she came up with for the story. Probably not too much of a spoiler for you to know that there is a happy ending to this little story, like all my books really. So that's there as well. So that is Penguins. That is Proud Book, out from Stripes, available from all good book retailers, many of whom are still delivering during this time as well. So check it out, have a look. In the meantime, stay safe, lots of love. Bye-bye.